When her husband received the signed divorce papers, he had just climbed out of bed with the woman he'd never gotten over. Seeing the agreement with her signature already on it snapped him awake. He rushed back to the villa they once shared, only to find their once warm home covered in dust. Every trace of us had been cleared away. Only then did he realize how long it had been since he'd come home. He couldn't understand how two people who once loved each other had ended up like this, but he had forgotten what he said while I was packing to leave the country. "Don't keep calling me. Liu Ruyan is back and I need to spend time with her." I didn't even look up. I simply said, "Okay," and he suspected nothing. Then he continued, "And when you come back, I won't pick you up at the airport. Just take a cab home." I obediently nodded without explaining that I was emigrating for good. I also didn't tell him that I had completely let go of our relationship. At that moment, we happened to feel exactly the same way. We were both tired of each other. It would be best if we never met again. After that, I asked Attorney Xu to come over and draft the divorce agreement. Attorney Xu looked surprised. "Ms. Xu, are you sure you don't want anything?" "Yes, I don't want anything. I don't want any more ties to Fang Yuan." "Give him the house, cars, savings, and stocks. Let me know when it's ready to sign. Also, don't tell him about this yet." As the lawyer left, Fang Yuan happened to come home. He asked in confusion, "Why did you call a lawyer?" "It's nothing." I glanced at him. He looked exhausted, with heavy dark circles under his eyes. Clearly, he hadn't slept all night again. "Did you sleep well last night?" I couldn't stop myself from asking. "Ruyan insisted I watch a horror movie with her. You know she's scared of them, but she still wanted to watch." Fang Yuan smiled as he spoke. "I stayed with her all night. I'm exhausted." Maybe he didn't even notice how brightly he smiled whenever he mentioned Liu Ruyan. I hadn't seen that smile in a long time. The last time was the day Liu Ruyan returned. "Why didn't you rest at her place?" "Because that's not my home." Fang Yuan took off his coat. He naturally handed it to me. "Today's your birthday. I should spend it with you." I took his coat. Fang Yuan hugged me from behind, deliberately softening his voice. "Where do you want to go today? I'll go anywhere with you, okay?" I was silent for a moment. There wasn't anywhere special I wanted to go, but growing up in the north, I had never truly seen the ocean. He had promised countless times to take me to see the bluest water in the Maldives. Years had passed, but he never kept that promise. I cautiously said, "You promised you'd take me to see the ocean." Fang Yuan frowned. "That's too far. The trip would take too long. Let's find a beach rental in a nearby city. We can be back by Monday." I smiled and didn't push the issue. Of course, he was still afraid of missing time with Liu Ruyan. That evening, Fang Yuan booked an upscale restaurant. I didn't want to go, but since it would be our last dinner together, I agreed. When we arrived, he thoughtfully handed me the menu. "Order whatever you want." Before I could even open it, a familiar figure appeared beside our table. Liu Ruyan took off her mask, pulled out a chair, and sat down. She smiled brightly. "Happy birthday." I was filming an ad nearby. "Fang Yuan said you were here, so I came along. You don't mind, do you?" I opened my mouth, but before I could answer, the server had already brought out the food. Every dish was one of Liu Ruyan's favorites. Okay, I'm digging in. Without waiting for anyone, Liu Ruyan grabbed her utensils and happily started eating. Fang Yuan gazed at her affectionately. Of course she doesn't mind. "These are all your favorite dishes. I ordered them just for you. Slow down or you'll choke." "Thank you, Fang Yuan. You're so good to me." "Love you." Liu Ruyan gave him a dazzling smile. Then she realized what she had said. She quickly turned to me. "Sorry, Susu. I'm used to saying love you to my fans. It just slipped out. You don't mind, right?" "Why would she? It's not like she doesn't know about us." Fang Yuan stood, picked up a napkin, and gently wiped Liu Ruyan's mouth. Throughout dinner, his attention stayed entirely on her. I watched them, a self-mocking look flashing in my eyes. Suddenly, the smoke alarm went off. Someone screamed in panic, "Fire! Run!" Fang Yuan instinctively looked at Liu Ruyan. He grabbed her hand and rushed toward the exit without looking back at me once. Luckily, someone had only triggered the alarm by smoking. There wasn't an actual fire. Everyone soon returned to their seats. They came back holding hands, their bodies nearly pressed together. That scared me to death. Thank goodness it was a false alarm. Fang Yuan gently squeezed her hand. He smiled. "Even if there really was a fire, you wouldn't have to be afraid. As long as I'm here, I'll protect you." It felt like someone had dumped a bucket of ice water over my head. The chills spread through my entire body. After all these years, I finally admitted that Fang Yuan had never truly loved me. His heart had always belonged to Liu Ruyan. Then Liu Ruyan noticed I was still sitting where they had left me. She covered her mouth in surprise. "Are you okay? Why didn't you run?" Fang Yuan finally remembered me, embarrassment and guilt flashing across his face. He hurried over and took my hand. "Susu." I'm sorry, I wasn't thinking. I know, you don't need to explain. I cut him off. I had heard similar excuses too many times. There was no need to hear them again. You're not mad at me, are you? I pulled my hand away and smiled. No, Fang Yuan froze. In the past, I would have gotten angry. My calmness today made him feel strangely uneasy. He quickly promised, don't worry. I swear I'll never ignore you again. I lowered my eyes and said nothing. I already knew how worthless his promises were. Just then, Liu Ruyan suddenly started coughing. Fang Yuan immediately asked nervously, Ruyan, what's wrong? I think something went down the wrong way. My throat really hurts. Fang Yuan immediately stood. Ruyan isn't feeling well. I'm taking her home. I nodded. Calmly, I said, okay, go ahead. Fang Yuan kissed my forehead. Then he supported Liu Ruyan and turned to leave. After a few steps, he glanced back at me. There seemed to be a trace of reluctance in his eyes, but he still left. He probably thought he could make it up to me later. After they left, a server wheeled over a 2-tier birthday cake. Happy birthday, ma'am. Mr. Fang prepared this birthday cake for you. The server looked around, realized I was alone, and awkwardly left the cake before walking away. I closed my eyes and made a wish. I wished I could leave Fang Yuan for good. I took a bite of cake. It was clearly sweet, yet somehow tasted unbearably bitter. Not long afterward, Attorney Xu called to say the divorce agreement was ready for me to sign. I went to his office and carefully read through it. After confirming everything was correct, I signed my name. When I returned home, the house was still empty. Fang Yuan hadn't come back. I began packing my belongings. When Mrs. Wang saw me packing, she asked curiously, Ma'am, why are you suddenly packing? I'm going away for a few days. I didn't explain any further. The truth was, I had bought a ticket to the Maldives. I would fulfill the promise Fang Yuan never kept by myself. After packing, I put my leg examination records, the doctor's diagnosis, and my medical file into a small metal box. It would be my final gift to Fang Yuan. Part of me wanted to see his reaction, regret, guilt, heartbreak, or despair. But none of that had anything to do with me anymore. We were getting divorced. I handed the box to the housekeeper. Give this to him tomorrow morning. Mrs. Wang took it and asked in confusion, Ma'am, why not wait and give it to him yourself? I made up an excuse. My flight is soon. I didn't want to see Fang Yuan again. I never wanted to see him again for the rest of my life. I boarded a flight to the Maldives. The moment the plane took off, I felt freer and happier than ever. Leaving someone who didn't love me could actually feel this good. Meanwhile, after Fang Yuan took Liu Ruyan home, he prepared to leave, but she kept begging him to stay. Don't leave me alone, Fang Yuan. You know I'm terrified of being alone. Ask your manager to stay. Today's Susu's birthday, and I promised I'd spend it with her. Fang Yuan kept checking his watch. It was already dark. He wondered whether I had returned home. Thinking about my mood that day made him uneasy. When the alarm went off at dinner, he had forgotten about me. He knew that was inexcusable. Liu Ruyan sighed. Fine. Then promise you'll come see me tomorrow. We'll talk tomorrow. Fang Yuan rushed home. When he opened the living room door, I was nowhere to be seen. Whenever he came home late, I used to sit on the couch watching TV while waiting for him. But tonight the living room was empty. Susu, he called tentatively, but no one answered. Then he noticed that all the drawings about children had disappeared from the living room wall. A wave of anger rose inside Fang Yuan. He shouted, Mrs. Wang! Mrs. Wang hurried over. You're home, sir. Where are the pictures from the wall? Where did they go? Madam tore them down, Mrs. Wang answered carefully. She removed them several days ago. Fang Yuan had only just noticed. Had it really been that long? He frowned. Those drawings showed how badly I had wanted a child. Fang Yuan had always been the one who didn't want one. Where is she? Where did she go? She left. What? Honggan froze. It was as if he hadn't heard the housekeeper clearly. She left? Where did she go? I don't know. She said she'd be away for a few days. Fang Yuan's expression darkened. Her follow-up is tomorrow and she's still running around. Assuming I was throwing another tantrum, he showered and went to sleep. The next morning, the first thing Fang Yuan did after waking was ask Mrs. Wang about me. Where is she? Has she come back? He hadn't slept well. His mind was filled with me. I had never stayed out all night, and without me beside him, something felt missing. No, sir. Mrs. Wang brought over a metal box. I almost forgot. Before Madam left yesterday, she asked me to give you this. What is it? Fang Yuan impatiently opened it and found several medical reports. They were records from the accident 3 months earlier when I had saved him. Guilt flickered through Fang Yuan as he read them. He remembered stepping into the road as a car sped toward him. I pushed him away. The driver stopped in time, but my leg was still injured. He had promised to attend my checkups and rehabilitation sessions, but he never came once. At the bottom were several receipts, a medical file, and a written diagnosis. He opened the diagnosis and read, right knee sprain requiring hospitalization, right knee joint and ligament damage, restricted mobility, and risk of permanent disability. Fang Yuan went pale and froze. The hand holding the diagnosis began to tremble. How could this be? He refused to believe it and carefully examined the receipts. They were dated on our 3rd anniversary. That day, I had gone to the hospital with a leg injury and a mild concussion. He remembered the phone call he received after leaving with Liu Ruyan. Only then did he panic. I really had been injured. He grabbed the housekeeper's arm in fear. Mrs. Wang. Did you know Madam injured her leg? Yes. Some time ago, she didn't come home for 3 days. When she returned, she asked us to remove the drawings. She was gone for 3 days? Why didn't you tell me? Sir, you weren't home during those days either. We couldn't reach you. Mrs. Wang couldn't help asking. Madam was also at the hospital. Didn't you run into her? Fang Yuan's pupils trembled. I did see her. He had seen me. He saw me walking nearby, pale-faced with my leg in a cast, but his mind was on Liu Ruyan, so he assumed I had come to cause trouble. Now he realized I had gone to the hospital after falling down the stairs and injuring my leg and head. I stayed there for 3 days, completely alone. Sir, the housekeeper said. Her voice strained. I'm only an employee. But you were far too cold toward her. She saved your life and she's your wife, yet you repeatedly abandoned her for Liu Ruyan. It was cruel. The housekeeper's words made Fang Yuan's expression grow increasingly grim. He slapped himself in regret. This was my fault. I shouldn't have... Shaking his head, he collapsed onto the floor. I hurt her. I failed her. He cried uncontrollably. Seeing him like this, the housekeeper softened. Sir, don't blame yourself right now. We don't know where Madam is. You should hurry and find her. Her words snapped him awake. He struggled to his feet and stumbled downstairs to search for me. Just then, someone knocked. Attorney Shu walked inside. Hello, Mr. Fang. Attorney Shu, why are you here? Are you looking for Susu? She's not here. Leave. Fang Yuan tried to leave, but the lawyer stopped him. I'm sorry, but I'm not here for Mrs. Su today. I'm here for you. What do you want with me? Fang Yuan was irritated by his words. Whatever it is, tell me at the office. I don't have time right now. I think you'll understand after seeing this. Attorney Shu handed Fang Yuan the divorce agreement. When he saw the words on the cover, Fang Yuan couldn't believe his eyes. What is this? Ms. Su asked me to prepare it. She wants a divorce. She's already signed it. Once you sign, your marriage will officially be over. Divorce? What divorce? When did I ever agree to a divorce? Like a madman, Fang Yuan snatched the agreement and tore it apart. Attorney Shu calmly pulled another copy from his bag. Mr. Fang, refusing to accept reality won't change anything. Ms. Su expected this, so she signed several copies. Tear up as many as you like. Impossible, she would never divorce me. Fang Yuan refused to believe it. In his eyes, I loved him more than anyone and would never leave him. When Liu Ruyan went abroad, his family pressured him to marry. Even knowing he didn't love me, I married him without hesitation. During our 3 years together, he wasn't very good to me, but he gave me the material things he thought a wife needed. Everyone knew how much I loved him. Whenever he went out drinking for work, no matter how late it was, one phone call would bring me there to drive him home. When drunk, he would lose control and shout Liu Ruyan's name in front of everyone. I never got angry. I quietly waited for him to sober up, then took him home. No matter how badly he behaved, I stayed beside him for years. Eventually, he began developing feelings for me, and things finally seemed to be getting better. Then Liu Ruyan came back. Fang Yuan had grown used to my forgiveness, so he felt free to hurt me again and again. But this time I wouldn't forgive him. Mr. Fang, are you all right? Attorney Shu stared at his pain and paused. Why wait until everything was lost to regret it? We all saw how much Miss Su loved you. This time I think you've disappointed her completely. That's why she filed for divorce. Considering how long she cared for you, please sign the agreement. Fang Yuan looked up at him with bloodshot eyes. Attorney Shu, please tell me where Susu went. I'm only her lawyer. We're not even friends. Why would she tell me where she's going? Fang Yuan refused to believe him. No, you must know. Tell me. I'll pay you whatever you want. He pulled out his checkbook, wrote check after check, and handed them to Attorney Shu. How much? 100,000? $500,000? $1 million? 10 million? Fang Yuan rambled like a madman. Tell me where she is and I'll give you anything. Attorney Shu watched him calmly. Mr. Fang, I truly don't know. And even if I did, I wouldn't tell you. That's part of my professional duty as her lawyer. To hell with professional duty. With this money, you can do anything you want. Why care about ethics? I truly don't know, Attorney Shu replied calmly. You should understand what Ms. Su is telling you. If she's determined to divorce you, she obviously won't let you find her. So why would she tell me where she went? I understand. Fang Yuan finally gave up and collapsed onto the couch. You can leave. All right, please sign soon and don't make my job harder. Goodbye. After the lawyer left, Fang Yuan's phone rang. He thought it was me. He quickly answered. Mr. Fang, I'm Liu Ruyan's manager. She was in a car accident and taken to the hospital. She wants to see you. Are you available? A car accident? Fang Yuan frowned. Attorney Shu, please tell me where Susu went. I'm only her lawyer. We're not even friends. Why would she tell me where she's going? Fang Yuan refused to believe him. No, you must know. Tell me. I'll pay whatever you want. He pulled out his checkbook, wrote check after check, and handed them over. How much? 100,000? Half a million? A million? 10 million? Fang Yuan rambled like a madman. Tell me where she is and I'll give you anything. Attorney Shu watched him calmly. Mr. Fang, I truly don't know. And even if I did, I wouldn't tell you. That's part of my professional duty as her lawyer. To hell with professional duty. With this money, you can do anything you want. Why care about ethics? I truly don't know, Attorney Shu replied calmly. You should understand what Ms. Su is telling you. If she's determined to divorce you, she obviously won't let you find her. So why would she tell me where she went? I understand. Fang Yuan finally gave up and collapsed onto the couch. You can leave. All right, please sign soon and don't make my job harder. Goodbye. After the lawyer left, Fang Yuan's phone rang. He thought it was me. He quickly answered. Mr. Fang, I'm Liu Ruyan's manager. She was in a car accident and taken to the hospital. She wants to see you. Are you available? A car accident? Fang Yuan frowned. But he had no time to deal with Liu Ruyan. For the first time, he realized that when forced to choose between her and me, he chose me. Is it serious? The manager hesitated before replying, very serious. You know she's an actress. An accident could ruin her career, especially if it leaves a scar. She's unconscious and keeps calling your name. We don't know what else to do. Please come if you can. Fang Yuan sighed deeply. I understand, I'll be there soon. After hanging up, Fang Yuan rushed to the hospital in a daze. He expected Liu Ruyan to be seriously injured, but when he opened the door, she was sitting up in bed perfectly fine and eating an apple. The moment she saw him, she jumped out of bed and hugged him. Fang Yuan, you came. Fang Yuan looked her over. Weren't you in a car accident? I was. Liu Ruyan pointed sadly at the bandage on her forehead. Can't you see? I hit my head. It really hurts. Seeing the tiny bandage and her helpless manager beside her, Fang Yuan finally realized he'd been tricked. Why did you lie to me? How did I lie? I really was in an accident. I was injured. Only then did Liu Ruyan notice something was wrong. In the past, Fang Yuan would have rushed over the second he heard she was hurt. Today, her manager had to exaggerate. They said you were unconscious and critically injured. You called me here over a tiny scratch? Fang Yuan stepped toward her, his voice sharp. But he had no time to deal with Liu Ruyan. For the first time, he realized that when forced to choose between her and me, he chose me. Is it serious? The manager hesitated before replying, very serious. You know she's an actress. An accident could ruin her career, especially if it leaves a scar. She's unconscious and keeps calling your name. We don't know what else to do. Please come if you can. Fang Yuan sighed deeply. I understand, I'll be there soon. After hanging up, Fang Yuan rushed to the hospital in a daze. He expected Liu Ruyan to be seriously injured, but when he opened the door, she was sitting up in bed perfectly fine and eating an apple. The moment she saw him, she jumped out of bed and hugged him. Fang Yuan, you came. Fang Yuan looked her over. Weren't you in a car accident? I was. Liu Ruyan pointed sadly at the bandage on her forehead. Can't you see? I hit my head. It really hurts. Seeing the tiny bandage and her helpless manager beside her, Fang Yuan finally realized he'd been tricked. Why did you lie to me? How did I lie? I really was in an accident. I was injured. Only then did Liu Ruyan notice something was wrong. In the past, Fang Yuan would have rushed over the second he heard she was hurt. Today, her manager had to exaggerate. They said you were unconscious and critically injured. You called me here over a tiny scratch? Fang Yuan stepped toward her, his voice sharp. Liu Ruyan jumped, frowning deeply. I just wanted to see you. Fang Yuan, what's wrong with you today? How can you be this angry at me? Do you know Susu may never walk properly again? Fang Yuan grabbed her arm, his eyes red. What? Liu Ruyan finally understood his strange mood. A faint smile flashed in her eyes. She believed that given the choice, Fang Yuan would still pick her. If you hadn't gotten hurt at the bar, I wouldn't have taken my anger out on Susu or pushed her down the stairs. Her leg wouldn't be ruined. The more Fang Yuan spoke, the tighter he gripped her arm. Liu Ruyan cried out in pain. Fang Yuan, calm down. What happened that day wasn't your fault. Susu deliberately threw hot water on me. Didn't you say she'd eventually be punished for her behavior? Maybe this was her punishment. What did you just say? Fang Yuan's face darkened. He never imagined the supposedly gentle Liu Ruyan would say something so vicious. Her manager sensed trouble and quickly separated them. Mr. Fang, please calm down. Ruyan is your friend. You've always been close, so you shouldn't be angry with her. Because I treated her like a friend, I kept indulging her. Fang Yuan laughed bitterly. That's why Susu lost all faith in me and wants a divorce. Really? Susu wants a divorce? Instead of seeing his pain, Liu Ruyan asked excitedly, Did you agree? When will you finalize it? Her manager tugged on her arm, warning her to stop talking. Liu Ruyan jumped, frowning deeply. I just wanted to see you. Fang Yuan, what's wrong with you today? How can you be this angry at me? Do you know Susu may never walk properly again? Fang Yuan grabbed her arm, his eyes red. What? Liu Ruyan finally understood his strange mood. A faint smile flashed in her eyes. She believed that given the choice, Fang Yuan would still pick her. If you hadn't gotten hurt at the bar, I wouldn't have taken my anger out on Susu or pushed her down the stairs. Her leg wouldn't be ruined. The more Fang Yuan spoke, the tighter he gripped her arm. Liu Ruyan cried out, Fang Yuan! Calm down. What happened wasn't your fault. Susu deliberately threw hot water on me. Didn't you say she'd be punished? Maybe this was her punishment. What did you just say? Fang Yuan's face darkened. He never imagined the supposedly gentle Liu Ruyan would say something so vicious. Her manager sensed trouble and quickly separated them. Mr. Fang, please calm down. Ruyan is your friend. You've always been close, so you shouldn't be angry with her. Because I treated her like a friend, I kept indulging her. Fang Yuan laughed bitterly. That's why Susu lost all faith in me and wants a divorce. Really? Susu wants a divorce? Instead of seeing his pain, Liu Ruyan asked excitedly, Did you agree? When will you finalize it? Her manager tugged on her arm, warning her to stop talking. But Liu Ruyan ignored her. Fang Yuan, you don't love her anyway. You've always loved me, haven't you? I love you too. Divorce Susu. Once it's final, we'll get married immediately. Only then did Fang Yuan realize Liu Ruyan had misunderstood everything. She thought he still loved her and would marry her after our divorce. No wonder Susu thought something was going on between us. My behavior really was outrageous. Liu Ruyan, I stopped loving you a long time ago. I love Susu. I only see you as a friend now. Fang Yuan calmed down and decided to make everything clear. Fang Yuan, what are you saying? Liu Ruyan stared in disbelief. You don't love me. That's impossible. When she returned, Fang Yuan picked her up with her favorite yellow roses. When she filmed late, he stayed beside her all night. When she was hurt, he rushed her to the hospital without hesitation. During the restaurant alarm, he saved her without even caring that my leg was injured. And now you're telling me you love Susu? That's ridiculous. Her words hit Fang Yuan hard. He finally understood how deeply he had hurt me. He had been terribly wrong. When I stayed calm after the fire alarm, he thought I was being generous. In reality, I had lost all hope in him. I'm sorry. Fang Yuan's need to see me became overwhelming. I don't want your apology. I want you to be with me. Liu Ruyan grabbed his hand, but he shook her off. Liu Ruyan, we shouldn't see each other again. I love my wife, Susu. I'm leaving. Don't contact me anymore. With that, Fang Yuan left without looking back. Liu Ruyan tried to chase him, but her manager stopped her. If you still want him, don't bother him right now. But he's divorcing Susu. Shouldn't I take advantage of the opportunity? Liu Ruyan asked. This is my chance. Trust me. Would I hurt you? Fine. I'll wait and let him calm down. He'll soon realize that I'm the one he loves most. Fang Yuan sped home and immediately went to our bedroom. In the past, when our fights became serious, I had also pretended to leave. But I deliberately left all my belongings behind, then used them as an excuse to return, giving Fang Yuan a chance to reconcile. Fang Yuan quickly opened the closet to see whether I had taken all my clothes. He assumed this time would be the same and that I was only bluffing. But the closet was empty. This time I truly had no intention of coming back. He remembered that I had promised to give him only 5 chances. He had already used them all, but desperately wanted one more. Overwhelmed by pain, Fang Yuan sat motionless on the floor. Suddenly, he pulled out his phone to call me, but couldn't find my number. He was sure he had saved it. Liu Ruyan grabbed his hand, but he shook her off. Liu Ruyan, We shouldn't see each other again. I love my wife, Susu. I'm leaving. Don't contact me anymore." With that, Fang Yuan left without looking back. Liu Ruyan tried to chase him, but her manager stopped her. "If you still want him, don't bother him right now." "But he's divorcing Susu. Shouldn't I take advantage of the opportunity?" Liu Ruyan asked. "This is my chance." "Trust me. Would I hurt you?" "Fine. I'll wait and let him calm down. He'll soon realize that I'm the one he loves most." Fang Yuan sped home and immediately went to our bedroom. In the past, when our fights became serious, I had also pretended to leave. But I deliberately left all my belongings behind, then used them as an excuse to return, giving Fang Yuan a chance to reconcile. Fang Yuan quickly opened the closet to see whether I had taken all my clothes. He assumed this time would be the same and that I was only bluffing. But the closet was empty. This time I truly had no intention of coming back. He remembered that I had promised to give him only 5 chances. He had already used them all, but desperately wanted one more. Overwhelmed by pain, Fang Yuan sat motionless on the floor. Suddenly, he pulled out his phone to call me, but couldn't find my number. He was sure he had saved it. How could it be gone? He thought he knew it by heart, but no matter how hard he tried, he couldn't remember it. Instead, Liu Ruyan's number came to mind. He had memorized hers for years, but had never bothered to learn mine. When we first married, I told him, "You need to remember all my numbers, including my phone number and ID number." He dismissed me. "Why would I need to memorize them? Are you afraid I'll lose you someday?" Now he truly had lost me, and no matter how hard he tried, he couldn't remember my number. He called his friends. "You're her husband. If you don't know her number, how would we? Stop messing around, Fang Yuan." After making countless calls, he realized he didn't even know who my friends were. For years, my entire life revolved around him. I had long since lost myself and barely had any friends left. Then he searched for me on WeChat, but my account was gone. The night he stayed with Liu Ruyan, I checked his phone. She was pinned at the top of his messages while my chat was buried several pages down. Our conversation was filled with messages from me. He either ignored them or replied with only 2 or 3 words. That was when I realized I meant almost nothing to him. So I used his phone to delete my WeChat account from his contacts and remove my phone number. When I finished, I quietly put his phone back where it had been. For the next several days, Fang Yuan never contacted me, so he noticed nothing. "Susu, do you hate me that much?" With no other choice, he had his assistant find my number. Once he got it, he called repeatedly until I answered. When Fang Yuan called, I was sunbathing on a beach in the Maldives. The scenery was breathtaking. Since I had never seen the ocean before, I loved every second of it. My leg had left me depressed, but being here made everything feel clearer and lighter. A guide was about to take us to see seabirds when my phone kept ringing. Seeing more than 10 calls from an unknown number, I knew Fang Yuan had seen the divorce papers and my diagnosis. I declined the call. Fang Yuan kept calling. The guide urged me, "It sounds urgent. Answer it first. We'll wait before leaving." I took a deep breath and decided it was better to make things clear, so I answered. "Hello? Susu, you finally answered." I blinked. It was the first time in years that Fang Yuan had spoken to me in such a desperate tone. "What do you want? Where are you?" "I miss you. Let me bring you home. I know I was wrong to hurt you repeatedly for Liu Ruyan. Please forgive me." His words stirred nothing inside me. "Fang Yuan, there's nothing left to say. I've already said everything over the past few years. As for the divorce, Attorney Shu is handling everything. If you have questions about the agreement, contact him. Don't contact me." "Can't you give me one more chance to make it up to you?" "I swear I'll never see Liu Ruyan or have anything to do with her again." Another promise. I found it almost funny. "How many promises have you made during our marriage? I've lost count. Why would I believe you now?" "Believe me, I'm serious this time. I can do it. Please tell me where you are. Forgive me and give me another chance." I remained unmoved. I would never forgive him. I hadn't forgotten that he pushed me down the stairs and ignored my cries, causing my recovering leg to be severely injured again. "You love Liu Ruyan, so I'm letting you have her. After our divorce, whether you stay with her has nothing to do with me." Before Fang Yuan could respond, I hung up. I wiped away my tears and turned off my phone. "I'm ready, let's go." I boarded the boat and saw the seabirds. Everything was even more beautiful than I had imagined. Only here did I finally find a moment of peace. After I hung up, Fang Yuan called again, only to find my phone turned off. While we were talking, he had already asked his assistant to trace my location. His assistant soon had an answer. "Mr. Fang, Mrs. Su is currently in the Maldives." Hearing the location, Fang Yuan's eyes slowly dimmed. The Maldives was where I had always wanted to go. I grew up in the north but loved the south, so I attended college in his city. That's where we met. At the time, he was student body president and I was vice president. I loved him from the beginning and chased him for 7 years. Only after he and Liu Ruyan broke up did he finally accept me. When we first married, I said, I want to see the ocean. Can we honeymoon in the Maldives? Back then, Fang Yuan didn't love me. He married me only to distract himself from thinking about Liu Ruyan. I brought it up again on our wedding anniversary. He knew I could go alone. I simply wanted to go with him. I wanted him to care about me and love me a little more. But he always ignored me and never took my wishes seriously. Once Fang Yuan learned my location, he immediately packed and headed for the airport. As he stepped outside, he saw Liu Ruyan's manager. Her eyes were red. Fang Yuan, I thought you truly cared about her. I never imagined you'd treat her this way. What happened now? Hearing Liu Ruyan's name only gave him a headache. He realized his love for her had faded years ago. All he could think about was me. She took pills and tried to kill herself. What? He stared in shock, then quickly recovered. What game is she playing now? I'm busy. If she really attempted suicide, take her to the hospital. Coming to me won't help. Fang Yuan tried to leave, but her manager grabbed his arm. Mr. Fang, are you really abandoning her? When we took her to the hospital, she refused treatment. After they pumped her stomach, she woke up, didn't see you, and threatened to jump off the roof. Fang Yuan remained unmoved. She made those choices herself. They have nothing to do with me. How can you be so heartless? You gave her hope. Please, just go see her. She hasn't eaten or worked for days. At this rate, she'll destroy her career. You used to date her. You can't seriously ignore whether she lives or dies. Fang Yuan was frustrated, but a life was at stake, so he followed her to the hospital. When he arrived, Liu Ruyan was lying in bed, her face pale. Seeing him, she weakly opened her eyes. Fang Yuan, you came. Why did this over me? Liu Ruyan, you weren't like this before. Years ago, when Liu Ruyan was selected to study abroad, Fang Yuan begged her to stay, but she immediately ended their relationship. Becoming a star was her dream, and she refused to look back. After he married someone else, she suddenly returned and specifically texted him to pick her up. He admitted that seeing her again brought back a trace of his youthful feelings. They had grown up together, and he treated her like a princess. Dating had felt natural. Neither expected things to end this way. I regret leaving, Fang Yuan. You're the most important person to me. I still love you. Do you love me? I'm sorry, but I won't lie. When I married Susu 3 years ago, I still loved you. Now I don't. The only person I love is Susu. Liu Ruyan stared at him, unable to believe what she had heard. She had staged the whole incident, expecting him to feel sorry for her and return. Instead, he said he only loved me. I'm going to find Susu. Rest and stop doing reckless things. My phone will be off during the flight, so you won't be able to reach me. Don't hurt yourself again. Fang Yuan left without looking back. Liu Ruyan couldn't believe he could be so ruthless. As he reached the ground floor, she climbed onto the window ledge and screamed, Fang Yuan, if you leave, I'll jump right now. It had started as an act, but her manager realized Liu Ruyan was genuinely losing control. She tried to pull her back, but Liu Ruyan shouted, Stay away! Don't come closer. I have everything except love. For 3 years, I thought I'd forgotten what love felt like, but seeing you brought it all back. I never stopped loving you. Why do you love someone else? She swayed dangerously, looking ready to fall at any moment. A crowd gathered below. Isn't that actress Liu Ruyan? She's going to jump! Is this over a man? I thought she was single. What's going on? Seeing her behavior, Fang Yuan frowned. Liu Ruyan, are you insane? Do you know what you're doing? I know, come back. Don't go find Susu. Divorce her. She stared at him. For 3 years, she had gambled that he would never love anyone else and would never abandon her. She had lost. Fang Yuan looked up at her. After several minutes, he said, I'm sorry. Take care of yourself. Then he turned and walked away. Seeing him leave, Liu Ruyan screamed, Fang Yuan, you'll regret this! The moment she finished speaking, she jumped. Ruyan, no! Her manager lunged for her arm, but missed and could only watch her fall. Fortunately, an emergency air cushion had already been inflated, and Liu Ruyan landed safely. Her manager sighed in relief, but Liu Ruyan stood and watched Fang Yuan walk away. He didn't even turn around. Fang Yuan, I hate you! Ruyan, are you okay? You scared me to death. Her manager rushed downstairs and grabbed her arm. Are you crazy? We agreed it was an act. How could you really jump? If you died, how would I explain it to our investors? Liu Ruyan looked up with frightening eyes. I'm not dead, am I? Why are you panicking? She seemed like a different person. Her manager frowned but said nothing. You're safe. That's what matters.
Didn't you say I had a business dinner tonight?
The real estate executives? You always hated those dinners. Liu Ruyan blinked. I don't hate them, why would I? She knew the Liu family had built its fortune in real estate. If she wanted revenge and intended to destroy Fang Yuan, she needed those businessmen. Fang Yuan, since you betrayed me first, don't blame me for what happens next. I spent the entire day enjoying the Maldives and forgot almost everything that had upset me. Back at the hotel, I turned on my phone. Thankfully, Fang Yuan hadn't called again. I blocked his number so he couldn't bother me. Soon, my parents called. Susu, why was your phone off all day? How long are you staying in the Maldives? I'll come home when I'm done exploring. Be careful traveling alone. Tell us if you need money. After hanging up, I took a hot bath and slept peacefully. Early the next morning, someone knocked. A hotel employee delivered an enormous bouquet of $9.99 roses. I frowned. What is this? Ma'am, these are from Mr. Fang. Please accept them. A bad feeling came over me. Who else would send roses here? Sure enough, Fang Yuan appeared in the hallway. The moment I saw him, my expression turned cold. I threw the flowers outside and slammed the door. Seeing my reaction, Fang Yuan rushed forward and pounded on the door. Susu, don't do this. Let me in so we can talk. I was already packing. I had come here to relax, but Fang Yuan had ruined my mood. I didn't want to stay another second. Susu, I know I was wrong to neglect you for Liu Ruyan. Let me in so we can talk face to face. When I ignored him, Fang Yuan climbed through a nearby window. Fang Yuan, what are you doing? Get out! I shouted angrily. I'm not leaving. Not until you forgive me. He tried to hug me, but I shoved him away. I said, get out! This is my room. You broke in and I can have you arrested. Call the police if you want. As long as you forgive me, I won't blame you for anything. Looking at his serious expression, I felt exhausted. Haven't you caused enough trouble? I came all this way and you still followed me. I gave you and Liu Ruyan what you wanted. Why can't you leave me alone? There's nothing between me and Liu Ruyan. You're the one I love. I burst out laughing as though I had heard the greatest joke imaginable. Fang Yuan, do you have multiple personalities? After laughing, my eyes slowly turned red. You love me, yet forgot I was injured. You love me, yet spent our anniversary with another woman. You love me, yet pushed me down the stairs for her and left me permanently injured. Isn't that ridiculous? I'm sorry, Susu, I didn't mean it, I really didn't. Fang Yuan dropped to his knees. I thought you were acting out again. I thought you were lying to me. So in your mind, I'm a jealous woman who would throw boiling water on Liu Ruyan and pretend to be dying just because you took her to the hospital. Fang Yuan, after all these years, you never understood me at all. I took a deep breath as tears fell. I don't love you anymore. Leave and never look for me again. I was happy here before you arrived. Now you've ruined everything. I looked coldly at the man kneeling before me. I'm begging you. Stop appearing in front of me. I grabbed my suitcase to leave. Fang Yuan slowly stood, but before he could speak, his assistant called, Mr. Fang! The company is in trouble. Several projects collapsed, and workers at multiple sites were injured. Everything is falling apart. You need to come back. I understand. After hanging up, Fang Yuan quickly chased after me. Susu, I'm sorry. I know you won't forgive me easily, but give me time. I'll prove I've changed. I know I was wrong. The company is in crisis, so I have to return immediately. I know you love the ocean. You don't have to leave. I'll go. Fang Yuan gave me one last reluctant look, then left by boat. Only after he was gone did my body relax. My suitcase slipped from my hand as I watched him leave, my heart aching. I no longer loved him and had lost all faith in him, so why did seeing him still hurt so much? I didn't want to leave, but now that Fang Yuan knew where I was, I had no choice. I looked up nearby islands, booked a ticket, and quickly flew there. I didn't want to see Fang Yuan, and I wouldn't make it easy for him to find me. I took out my SIM card and considered throwing it into the ocean, but worried my parents wouldn't be able to reach me. Still, I had completely given up on Fang Yuan. Once hope is gone, it doesn't return. I would never believe his promises again. Fang Yuan flew home immediately. Once back, his assistant scheduled meetings with the real estate executives. When will Mr. Wang and Mr. Li meet me? They refuse to see you and want to terminate their contracts. Why? Their partnerships had always been stable, so something hidden had to be happening. An employee had embezzled funds and workers had died at several construction sites. Fang Yuan looked grim. Mr. Fang, I almost forgot. Ms. Liu is waiting in your office. At her name, his face darkened. I don't want to see her. Tell her I'm busy. His assistant hesitated. You should probably meet her. She's been here every day. Fine. When Fang Yuan entered his office, Liu Ruyan was sitting on the couch. She casually looked up. Fang Yuan, you're back. What do you want? He went to his desk and immediately started reviewing documents. The company was in chaos and he had no time for her. I've made myself clear. We have nothing left to discuss. You should leave. You're cruel. Liu Ruyan approached with a cold gaze. Fang Yuan noticed she looked different. She used to dress simply, but today wore heavy makeup and a revealing outfit. Liu Ruyan, what's wrong with you? Don't I look good? She smiled and wrapped her arms around his neck from behind. Do you like it? We can do whatever you want, even right here in your office. Liu Ruyan! Fang Yuan stood and shoved her away. How did you become like this? How did I become like this? She laughed loudly. Don't rich men like women this way? Are you somehow different? Enough, why are you here? Nothing serious. I heard you wanted to meet Mr. Wang and Mr. Li, so I came to help. She straightened her hair. Fang Yuan asked, You have a way? I do. Come to the Dark Night Club at 8 tonight. I guarantee they'll be there. With that, Liu Ruyan coldly walked away. Watching her leave, Fang Yuan felt that something was wrong. Before 8, Fang Yuan arrived at the club. Through the door, he saw Liu Ruyan leaning drunk against an overweight man, holding wine while his hand rested high on her thigh. Fang Yuan stormed inside. Liu Ruyan, what are you doing? Mr. Fang is here. The man on the couch looked up. Fang Yuan recognized him as Mr. Wang. He stared at Liu Ruyan, unable to understand how she could let him touch her. You're late. Drink 3 glasses as punishment. Mr. Wang pointed toward the alcohol. But Fang Yuan wasn't late. He had arrived several minutes early. Why are you standing there? You're asking us for a favor. If you won't even drink, you clearly aren't sincere. Another man held a young actress in his arms, touching her freely. The humiliating scene immediately filled Fang Yuan with anger. He rushed forward and grabbed Liu Ruyan's hand. What are you doing? You're coming with me! Let go! She shook him off. You're here to beg Mr. Wang for business. Do you seriously not understand your position? I visited your company. Someone embezzled money, workers died at your site, and your partnerships are collapsing. You must be desperate. She was right. Fang Yuan was desperate. His father had built the Fang Group, and he couldn't let it collapse under his leadership. Mr. Wang, what will it take for you to keep working with us? We're not in charge tonight. Ms. Liu is. Mr. Wang kissed her cheek. She didn't resist and kissed him back. You really know how to spoil me. Fang Yuan's brows tightened as he watched. Liu Ruyan, call me Ms. Liu, we aren't close. She sat down arrogantly. If you want the deal, drink these 2 bottles of whiskey. Fang Yuan frowned. Drinking both could nearly kill him. Are you scared? Liu Ruyan sneered. Your father built Fang Group and left it to you. In only a few years, you're about to destroy everything he built. Liu Ruyan, do you seriously want me to drink them? Fang Yuan stared. In only days, she had become a completely different person. If you don't drink, there will be no deal. Liu Ruyan stared at him with hatred. Fang Yuan finally understood that she was taking revenge, but for the company, he had no choice. Fine, I'll drink. He picked up the bottle and started drinking. After several gulps, he could barely stand. Fang Yuan had never handled alcohol well. In the past, he often drank for Liu Ruyan. Now he was drinking because of her again. Why did you stop? Don't you want the deal anymore? Mr. Wang and Mr. Li watched him like a clown. To save the company, Fang Yuan emptied the entire bottle. His throat and stomach burned painfully. Mr. Wang, Mr. Li, I can't drink anymore. I've shown my sincerity. Please continue the partnership. Make our famous Ms. Liu happy and we'll work with you. Fang Yuan looked at Liu Ruyan, but she stared back without emotion. Neil. What? Fang Yuan couldn't believe his ears. Liu Ruyan, what are you saying? I said Neil, she sneered. Don't want to? Then forget the deal. Fang Yuan clenched his jaw and slowly knelt in front of her. Even then, she wasn't satisfied. She slapped him. You brought this on yourself. You don't love me anymore? Then I'll show you what happens when you reject me. She slapped him several more times. Mr. Wang applauded. Well done! You hurt our star badly. A few slaps are nothing. I wronged Liu Ruyan. I hope you'll forgive me. Jump from the roof and I'll forgive you immediately. Liu Ruyan had jumped because of him, so she wanted him to experience the same fear. Liu Ruyan! I told you not to call me that! She slapped him again, grabbed another bottle, and forced the alcohol down his throat. If you want the deal, drink. She kept pouring. Fang Yuan didn't resist and swallowed the alcohol. Once he'd had enough, she shoved him to the floor and kicked him several times while he lay there drunk. Have you calmed down now? Will you approve the partnership? Even barely conscious, Fang Yuan still remembered why he had come. Liu Ruyan took a deep breath. Her anger had eased, but her hatred remained. As Mr. Wang prepared to speak for him, Fang Yuan suddenly mumbled, "Susu, I miss you, please come get me." Hearing my name reignited Liu Ruyan's rage. She grabbed a beer bottle and smashed it over his head. "Keep dreaming! Even if you jump from the roof, I won't let Mr. Wang work with you. Wait and watch your pathetic company collapse." With that, Liu Ruyan stormed out. Blood ran down Fang Yuan's forehead. He touched it and mumbled, "Susu, I'm bleeding. Where are you? Bring the first aid kit." His assistant, waiting outside, rushed in after everyone left. Seeing Fang Yuan drunk and covered in blood, he panicked. "Mr. Fang, what happened?" "Where's Susu?" Fang Yuan grabbed his sleeve and cried, "Tell Susu to come get me. I need to see her." "Mr. Fang, please wake up. Madam isn't in the country. She's in the Maldives." "I don't care. I want her. Tell her to take me home. Whenever I got drunk before, she always came to get me." Fang Yuan threw a drunken tantrum. He missed the past and regretted repeatedly hurting the woman who loved him. If she returned, he would give up everything. "Your head is bleeding. Let me take you to the hospital. After treatment, I'll call Madam, okay?" "You're lying." "Susu won't come. She hates me. She's angry and she'll never forgive me." Like a child, Fang Yuan refused to leave. "I want to see her. If she doesn't come, I'm staying here." With no other option, his assistant called me. When the call came, I had just gotten off a boat. After a long day, I was exhausted. Seeing an unknown number, I immediately assumed it was Fang Yuan. "Fang Yuan, I've told you repeatedly to stop bothering me. You're becoming unbearable." I immediately started yelling, "Madam, it's Zhang! What do you want?" My tone softened slightly but remained cold. "Mr. Fang is in terrible condition. Could you please come back?" "His condition has nothing to do with me. We're getting divorced. Don't contact me about him again." "Please, they forced him to drink 2 bottles of whiskey and smashed a bottle over his head. He's bleeding and refuses treatment. He keeps calling your name." I remained unmoved. Fang Yuan had brought it on himself. Compared with my ruined leg, his injuries meant nothing. I'll say this one last time. His problems have nothing to do with me. Never call me again. Before I finished, Fang Yuan grabbed the phone from his assistant. "Susu, is that you? I miss you. Please come back and get me." Before he could finish, I hung up. Hearing his voice irritated me, and I didn't want to listen for another second. I blocked his assistant's number too. This couldn't continue. To escape Fang Yuan completely, I needed a new phone number. I removed my SIM card and threw it in the trash. But I still needed phone service, so I rushed outside and asked where I could buy another SIM card. "Sorry, ma'am, there isn't anywhere nearby." I frowned, wishing I'd bought one in the Maldives. I turned around unhappily and bumped into a muscular man. Looking up, I saw a handsome East Asian face. Sorry. I instinctively spoke Mandarin. "You're Chinese too?" He raised an eyebrow. "Yeah, what a coincidence." Meeting someone from home immediately lifted my mood. "I heard you need a SIM card." He handed me an unused international SIM. "You can use this spare one if you don't mind." "Thank you so much." I looked at him gratefully. "How much do I owe you?" "Nothing. We're both far from home." He smiled and started walking away. "Thank you." "Wait, what's your name?" I called. "Zhang Cheng. I'll be here for a while. Come find me if you need anything." "Okay." I turned to leave. He called after me. "You never told me your name." "I'm Susu." "I'll remember that." He smiled faintly. Watching him leave, I realized I'd met a good person. Now I had a SIM card and Fang Yuan couldn't find me. Fang Yuan had finally heard my voice, only for me to hang up before he could finish. He stared at the dark screen, suddenly too defeated to continue his tantrum. Seeing him like that, his assistant asked worriedly, "Mr. Fang, are you okay?" "Zhang, will Madam ever forgive me?" Fang Yuan blinked. His assistant frowned, wanting to comfort him but unable to lie. How could any woman forgive the man who permanently injured her for another woman? Even the assistant knew he couldn't. "Mr. Fang, the company is the priority right now. You should focus on what to do next." "I need to go home." Fang Yuan used the table to stand and had his assistant take him to the family estate. His father died young, so his mother ran the household. Seeing him arrive drunk, she frowned. "Why are you here this drunk? Where's your wife?" His mother was packing gifts. "I bought supplements for Susu. She may not like me much, but after years without a child, she takes her health seriously. Mom, I need to tell you something." "What, is one of you infertile? Our family needs an heir. If she's the problem, divorce her." His mother kept talking without noticing his expression. After a long silence, Fang Yuan said, Susu was injured. Her leg may be permanently damaged. What? She was injured saving you, but rehabilitation was working. She could walk normally when I last saw her. What happened? I pushed her down the stairs and ruined her leg. Do you know what you're saying? She nearly lost her leg saving you. Even during a fight, how could you push her down the stairs? I did it because of Liu Ruyan. Susu called me while bleeding, but I thought she was lying and ignored her. That's why her leg was ruined. After hearing this, his mother staggered and collapsed onto the couch. Are you insane? I knew Liu Ruyan's return would cause trouble. I ignored your past with her, but how could you hurt your wife because of her? Mom, Liu Ruyan is destroying the company too. I can't handle it anymore. He looked at her in despair. I miss Susu. I don't care about the company. I'm finding her. The company was collapsing, yet he wanted to run away. His mother glared at him. I warned you to stay away from Liu Ruyan. Now you've lost your wife and nearly destroyed the company. Mom, I can't manage Dad's company anymore. I'm leaving to find Susu. I know you can save it. I'm sorry. That night, Fang Yuan flew back to the Maldives. But I had already left. After searching and calling in favors, he learned I had gone to another nearby island and immediately followed. The beach was sunny with a gentle breeze. I sat beside the pool enjoying a drink. Suddenly a man emerged from the pool. His handsome face, defined chest, and eight-pack drew everyone's attention. Water glistened across his body in the sunlight. I blinked and recognized him as the man who gave me the SIM card. Before I could greet him, several beautiful women approached. Hey handsome, are you alone? Want to have a drink with us? Jiang Cheng climbed out, put on a robe, and said, Sorry, I'm not alone. My girlfriend is over there. Then he walked toward me. The women looked disappointed and walked away. I pointed at myself. You meant me? You don't mind, do you? I just needed an excuse. I don't mind. I smiled awkwardly and said nothing else. He sat beside me and noticed I hadn't entered the pool. Why aren't you swimming? Because I can't swim. I grew up in the north and never learned. Do you want to? I can teach you. He entered the water and offered his hand. I blinked, tempted. Okay, but my leg might make things difficult. Why should it? If you want to do something, you can find a way. Jiang Cheng gently took my hand and pulled me into the pool. The moment I entered, I flailed like a drowning duck. I loved water but feared the feeling of losing control, so I clung tightly to him. I nearly squeezed the breath out of him, but he patiently said, It's okay. If you trust me, slowly loosen your grip. I won't let you sink. His gentle voice relaxed me. With his guidance, I quickly learned to float and even swim a little. Not bad. You're a natural. After leaving the pool, I saw scratch marks on his body and blushed. I'm sorry. I scratched you. Then buy me dinner. He raised an eyebrow, looking dangerously charming. I was hungry too, so we happily went to a restaurant. Jiang Cheng normally avoided women, but for some reason, I felt different to him. He wasn't uncomfortable around me and enjoyed our time together. Fang Yuan arrived near sunset. The next morning, he spotted me on the beach, but another man stood beside me. The man was handsome, fit, and looked surprisingly compatible with me. Furious, he walked over. Seeing Fang Yuan ruined my already low mood. I was sick of him following me everywhere like a shadow. Why are you here again? I looked at him coldly without a trace of affection. I miss you, I scoffed. I never knew you could be this obsessive. I've made myself clear. Do you not understand English? In the past, I never would have spoken to him like that. Fang Yuan looked devastated. Susu, don't do this. After all these years, how can you throw us away so easily? Are you finished? If there's nothing else, leave. I don't want to say another word to you. He blocked my path. Do you hate me so much that you won't even talk to me? Sir, please move. She said she doesn't want to speak to you. Jiang Cheng stepped in, pulled me behind him, and faced Fang Yuan. I'm talking to my wife. Who are you? Your wife? Mrs. Su said you're divorcing. Strictly speaking, you're no longer a real couple. I have every right to speak up for her. Susu, you told him we're divorcing? Who exactly is he? Fang Yuan's eyes reddened. You said you came alone because you were disappointed in me. Were you already seeing another man? Is he your lover? The moment he finished, I snapped. I'm not shameless like you. My shout snapped him back to reality. He knew I wouldn't cheat. He had only spoken out of jealousy. I'm completely disappointed in you. If you followed me all this way just to insult me, I was truly blind to ever love someone as disgusting as you. My words cut into his heart like knives. I'm sorry. I was jealous. I came because I want your forgiveness. I love you. I even abandoned the company for you. Nothing matters more than you. I wanted to laugh, but I was too exhausted even for that. Can't we end this peacefully? Don't force me to spend the rest of my life hating you. Leave now before my disappointment becomes pure hatred. I took Jiang Cheng's hand. If you'll only stop after I find someone else, then fine. He's my new boyfriend. I'm taking him home to meet my parents. You and I are over. Both men froze. Jiang Cheng looked pleasantly surprised while Fang Yuan stared at me. Seeing the resolve in my eyes, he finally understood that I would never forgive him. When he said nothing, I ignored him and walked away. Jiang Cheng smiled slightly. Once we were far away, he asked eagerly, "About what you just said." I released his hand. "I'm sorry, Mr. Jiang. I used you as an excuse. You helped me once and I helped you once, now we're even. But I don't want to be only an excuse." I didn't let him finish. We met by chance and may never meet again. While traveling, people often cross paths, but most are only temporary. I'm probably only a passing stranger to you. I don't think so, Jiang Cheng said sincerely. I rarely feel anything for women, but I'm serious about you. I've been married and my leg is damaged. I've lost faith in marriage and don't want to enter another prison so quickly. You'll find someone better. I turned and left. On the way back, I saw a little girl struggling to sell roses. I bought them all and gave them to a nearby couple. Watching my carefree figure walk away, Jiang Cheng smiled. I had finally seen the ocean. It was time to go home. I packed early and went to the front desk to check out. Are you leaving, ma'am? Yes. All right, your checkout is complete. The receptionist handed me a document. A Mr. Fang left this before departing this morning. He asked us to give it to you when you checked out. My hands trembled as I took it. Where is he?
He said you didn't want to see him, so he took the earliest flight home.
I opened the document and found the divorce agreement. On the final page was Fang Yuan's signature. Tears fell, not from sadness, but because I was finally free. There's one more thing. The receptionist gave me a business card. It belonged to Jiang Cheng, the CEO of a major corporation. He said to call if you need anything. He hopes to see you again. Where did he go? A family matter came up, so he left by helicopter overnight. Really? I tossed the card into the trash. I wasn't a young girl dreaming of a vacation romance. Meeting once was enough. A future might only ruin the memory. After discarding the card and putting away the divorce agreement, I left the hotel and flew home. The car stopped outside a villa halfway up the mountain. A housekeeper greeted me. Miss, you're finally home. Your mother cooked all your favorite dishes herself. Hearing that, I quickened my pace. Mom, Dad, your daughter is home. The moment the door opened, the delicious smell made me incredibly happy. I hadn't been home in years, and tasting my mother's cooking again felt wonderful. Did you wash your hands? My mother saw me grabbing food and smiled. You're a grown woman, but you still act like a child. Mom, I missed you so much, I hugged her. I don't want to get married again. Can I stay home with you forever? Absolutely not. My mother shook her head. Now that you're single, get ready. I found a wonderful man for you to meet tomorrow. I frowned. I just climbed out of one grave and you want me to jump into another? Don't call it a grave. He's successful, handsome, and I chose him myself. He's definitely better than Fang Yuan. Fine, Mom, I'll meet him. Happy now? I wasn't pleased, but I knew she'd keep nagging if I refused. Meeting him once wouldn't hurt. At an elegant restaurant, I impatiently sat across from my blind date. The man stared in surprise. Susu? Jiang Cheng? We raised our glasses and smiled.